Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Mean Boys Podcast. I'm Joe Dosh.
I'm Keith Carey.
And I'm...
Mayonnaise Gumby.
You know, honestly, thanks for picking that one up for me. I was having trouble thinking of a pithy way to introduce myself. Preppy fucks.
Do
Do I walk into a morning radio show right now? What was with all this enthusiasm?
No, I don't know. I'm used to you starting the show with that fucking Eeyore tone. I guess we're doing the thing I asked us all to do.
Yeah, because you fucking pussyfoot, too afraid to ask a girl out to the school dance, like bitches aren't going to start it. So I had to...
By the way, would someone tell the martyr that I started the show for just this reason because he started the other three, so I'm going to do it, and then he got to avoid this complainy, whiny energy, and now we're back to it anyway.
Yeah, but you made a big deal about it.
Oh, go find a fucking bonfire to throw yourself on.
Hey, let's just remember all the squabbling between me and Joe only detracts from the fat jokes about Keith.
They sure do.
We simply can't have that. What do you think about a non-aggression pact there, Joe?
All right, Herr Stalin.
This is going exactly how I thought it would 30 seconds.
Fucking Hitler, Stalin, Keith is Czechoslovakia. Let's carve them up.
Yep, I'm down. Let's annex the fucking Sudeten Cheeto.
Oh, man.
All right.
I had a brief moment in the sun where I was like, it's not about me.
All right, there. Fucking spends his days sitting on an Ottoman Empire.
By the way, I'm trying so hard to find a fucking Rhineland candy reference, and my brain is just a hamster on its back kicking its legs furiously.
All right, guys. I think that's enough fluffing. Let's get into the Mexican joke-off.
Yeah.
So topical.
I'll start this off.
Hey, can we talk about why I'm the one who usually does this because of how awkward that fucking was?
Oh, my God.
This is what happiness sounds like.
You pretending to be happy is ridiculous.
Joe, your eyes are bleeding.
It's like watching an amputee juggle. It's
Joe, why are there animated bats coming out of your mouth? Oh my God! See, he tries to start it off. I try. You can't win with him.
You're about as natural as like when the alien is in the people suit in Men in Black. It's just like, this is how we move.
All right. Ringling Brothers will retire all active elephants in May, 2 years ahead of schedule. This news is irrelevant to Keith's mother, as she was terminated last June for trunk fucking herself in front of a kindergarten class.
There it is.
I didn't care for it. Anyway.
You just wanted to not like it.
Yeah, well, it's true, and I didn't, and I got my wish. The San Francisco company American Giant has created a hoodie so popular, consumers will wait up to 4 months to get it. Economists worry the company will be too big to fail after merging with Neckbeards Incorporated.
Yeah, didn't like it.
All right.
This is not going to be the love fest that was last week's
Mexican we're going back to failure and bitterness.
Yeah.
Presidential hopeful Bernie Sanders said this week that his favorite film of 2015 was The Big Short. He then added, "That's the one about the hobbits, right?"
Uber has announced they will allow drivers with felonies that have been reduced to misdemeanors to drive for their service. Not to be outdone, Lyft has announced its new Murder Schmurder recruitment initiative.
That's very good.
Houston residents have petitioned that a middle school named for Confederate leader Jefferson Davis ought to be renamed. The school board agreed to the change, but refused to compromise on the Joseph Mengele waterslide. You slide down amniotic fluid into twin goo.
Oh, fuck.
Such an obscure human experimentation reference. Only the Mean Boys listening audience will enjoy.
We're a real who's who of crimes against humanity.
Oh, Joe, you're my bitch of Buchenwald. Very obscure concentration camp.
Buchenwald.
She's real.
Let's go, Keith.
The Razzies, an annual award show celebrating the worst films of the year, revealed their nominees this week. Topping the nods was Connor McSpadden for his unconvincing portrayal of a heterosexual.
That's pretty good.
I wish. Did you read that from my dreams?
I mean, it's like very Johnny Carson roasting me. But
if we get to, how many listens would we have to get to for you to let me and Joe fuck you?
Yeah.
Oh, the 100th episode spectacular.
Oh my God! If I got to fuck Connor, but Keith is involved, that's some weird monkey's paw wish fulfillment with an ironic twist at the end.
Well, how did you know exactly what Keith's dick looks
I got a fucking Ed McMahon laugh out of Ramsey.
What if I do it too? But I'm like behind a sheet, so you don't have to look at me.
I don't own enough sheets.
Meanwhile, behind the shame poncho.
Never mind that bisexual behind the curtain.
An Indiana mother received a 24-year sentence for selling her infant daughter for use in child pornography. She said of her sentencing, "But when I get out, it's cool though, right?"
Oh, my God. American dog owners have created Pugfest 2016, a festival for those who enjoy pugs and conventionally unattractive dogs. The event will be held this Friday at the Silver Lake Personality Store.
That's a local reference. A social services organization has started using a dog named Rika to comfort victims of child sex crimes as they're interviewed about their experiences. When asked about his work, the dog said, "I've heard of burying a bone, but this is ridiculous. These kids have really had it rough." I got Connor on the first one, Joe on the second one. I'll take it.
I liked it. An Indian village has destroyed the government-issued toilets they were given to stop them from defecating in the streets. Local officials said of the smell, "We didn't notice at first, we just thought they were cooking dinner."
I didn't like it. Jack Daniels released a new bourbon to honor the late Lenny Kilmister. In other news, Fireball Cinnamon Whiskey has released a new liquor to honor Keith Carey's mother's womb.
I liked it.
Florida officials are offering cash prizes to hunters who help clear out a dangerous python infestation in the Everglades. Hunters are looking for a 23-foot-long snake, to which Joe Dosh replied, "You and me both, sister."
That's like that joke is like, what if a bro could write a smart joke?
First, can I just say I love vaudevillian Keith. That is my favorite kind of Keith.
What was that one you had a couple weeks ago? The budget-conscious porn addict on the go.
On the go.
On the go.
This week around the globe.
Yeah, your fucking movie reel news footage.
Kick a crowd in the pants. Hey, Kaiser, you can go kick rocks.
Not today, Uncle Adolf.
All right.
A new report shows that Danish windmills produce over 42% of the country's electricity and nearly 76% of the country's bogeys in mini golf.
God damn it.
I absolutely love that one.
I know, I didn't want to like it, but...
Oh, my goodness. A Canadian man was caught smuggling 180 pounds of prescription pills on a sled. The man responded by saying, "Just hear those oxys jingling, ring-ting-tingling too." Oh, wow, I thought that was going to bomb.
Oh, it's killer.
God,
There's nothing I would like more than to leave you out in the dry during a singing act out,
Oh,
but it brought me
It's beautiful.
I fucking delivered that joke like I was walking to a firing squad, and it turned out okay, and your guns jammed.
Yeah, wow.
Former Power Rangers star Ricardo Medina was charged with murder for killing his roommate with a sword. When asked for comment, Medina's attorney had this to say.
Oh, my God. By the way, I love...
First of all, the timing on that was not great.
By the way, I love how Keith put up his finger like, oh, yeah, like, just delay the essence of humor, and like...
If you would like to co-host the Mean Boys podcast, email...
So now's a good time to ask, do either of you watch the Power Rangers?
No.
I did when I was younger.
No,
all right.
Millennial cunt.
Joke fell upon deaf ears. You're 2 years older than me.
I know, but I'm older in
With your
spirit.
weird old man.
I'm an old man at heart. You can't argue that.
Oh, fuck you. Just because you've had
Yeah,
old
but
men up it far enough in you to get to your heart does
Exactly.
not make
Just,
you one.
Joe's prostate looks like Clint Eastwood's face, all right? Show him some respect.
Heavens.
I've seen some things.
Guys,
It's always smoking a cigarette.
Fucking yeah. Neither of them like Asians.
You're the only prostate that... But yet Joe's prostate has a necklace made of tiny gook ears.
Oh,
Jesus.
shit. Okay.
Keith, you took my joke and made it into something tawdry. Go, Connor.
That was a Mexican joke.
Wait, Keith, I do have one more joke. Connor, it may be on a subject we may have kind of exhausted a little bit, but I'd like to do it if you don't mind.
I see no way that this bites me in the ass at all, so I'd love to hear it.
Outstanding. 5 pot-bellied pigs ran through downtown Tempe, Arizona after escaping a nearby corral. Keith Carey was seen on a nearby mountaintop screaming, "Run, my pretties!"
Fuck both of you to death.
That one's so whimsical.
Like he's holding like those little metal sheets you clap to make thunder noises.
Yes! Do my bidding!
Keith, you're not in on the joke. We're bullying you. Stop having fun with it.
Yeah,
Okay.
Stop trying to fucking play dead and the bears won't eat you. We're eating you, motherfucker. Yeah, it's funny to imagine Keith in his free time as like an unsuccessful supervillain like that.
Yeah, I'm just going to take off. You guys let me know if you want to.
We don't.
All right, cool.
Yeah, okay.
That was a pretty successul Mexican joke off, everyone.
Welcome back to the much better, more flowing, dynamic podcast with Connor and Joe.
All right, I'm back.
I think we're going to get into the emotional dunk tank.
Oh, boy. And how?
All right, this week, 7 in the dunk tank, we got the Oregon Militia. Way to stutter on the intro to the segment, Connor.
The Oregon Militia. I
Yeah.
kind of like these guys. They seem like my kind of people.
Yeah, honestly, I think you would fit in pretty well.
But a
I
bunch
do.
of queers hanging out in a meadow? 'Cause that's
Yes.
basically
No,
what it
you
is.
would walk
exactly
up to
what
them
I-
and be like, hey, do you guys want to play Catan? And they'd be like, yeah, I thought you never
Yeah,
asked.
exactly. It's
To me, they're just like what a Jethro Tull fan club with zoning issues. Like,
I just
what it seems like
well,
to me.
well, the thing is, the feds think they'll leave when they run out of gas for their generators or battery life for their obesity scooters.
I just like that they're like hitting government corruption at the source, the national park system. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. You can't just go to the park and say, "I'm seizing this land." You're just at the park.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Mexicans took over the park by my house every Sunday for years. and
Yeah, well,
it
they're
never made the
fucking
news.
grilling corn in the name of Mexico.
Yeah,
Although
yeah. There's a bunch of shitty Mylar balloons with like off-brand cartoon characters on them.
Although what's crazy though is like the federal government does own like half those states. Like they own massive chunks. Like people are criticizing these guys, but if you're from Eastern Oregon, you either occupy federal buildings or campsites at the gathering of the Juggalos. So one way.
Did you guys see their new mascot they unveiled?
No.
Hokey the Bear.
It was such an obvious wind-up for such a slow ball pitch.
Yeah, sure
You know
was.
what? You know what bums me out about these dudes is they're fucking like chuckle monkeys, and they ruin the idea of revolution for me because I like the idea of going out and fighting the government.
pretty badass.
Yeah, now these dudes
On
are
paper.
these dudes are to overthrowing the government what Avril Lavigne is to punk rock. Like
Oh, dude, they're the skater boys of fucking revolution.
No. Those Dixie Chicks, huh? And for another references from 2004.
Dude, like the
I don't know. They ought to be speaking so loudly on foreign soil. Anyway,
the twinkiest of the Bolsheviks would kick these guys in the nards and take their fucking picnic baskets.
the
the nards.
Also, they're like this feels like a super Brokeback scenario.
Oh yeah,
Where it's
yeah.
like, oh, you stay here, Martha. Me and Chuck are going to fight the president.
Do
and then
you-
you get out there and they're all just fucking in the shack.
Keith, do you have any references from the Obama administration? Or are they all like
No, I'm making a point.
say Dallas Buyers Club or something?
That's not what the Dallas Buyers
I
Club
know.
is about. That's about somebody trying to cure the disease
It
we're all
doesn't-
waiting for to
it
eliminate
doesn't-
you from this planet.
It
you
doesn't.
pasty faggot.
It doesn't matter.
Fucking-
It doesn't matter if it's true. The hot potato is
God.
on you, and you are dropping it.
Oh, I dislike you
Yeah, here's the
tremendously.
thing. Joe's gonna give you shit about your references, but he's gonna say cockamamie 8 times throughout the rest of the episode.
Yeah.
You fucking old time.
I guess it's 23 skidoo for you, Joe.
Keith, if it makes you feel better, I have some prepared jokes in this emotional dunk tank that are probably going to bomb. I could do them right now.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh,
I
okay.
was just riffing.
You got it. One of the I was just riffing. One of the occupiers told the reporter he just wants to live off the land with a rifle and a coonskin cap. When asked if he meant raccoon, he responded, "For now."
That's quite good.
Are there any not white ones? Do we know this, by the way?
There is no.
It's
Tyrone
Eastern
the
Oregon.
They might have like a lost Mexican.
No, they don't. But by the way, I met a black pheasant hunter for the first time 2 weeks ago, and
Did you make a wish?
Are you sure it wasn't just a man with a feather in his hat? This is a 70s pimp.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, okay.
These guys, they requested snacks. Do you guys see that? They
Yeah.
put out the bat signal for snacks. I'm just wondering, can Nature Box deliver to a civilian military coup?
I just like the idea of like their version of like a Civil War letter, just dearest Bob. It's been 47 days in the woods since I've tasted the sweet gushers of the cupboard.
I feel like these guys just have.
Send bugles and a letter with your perfume.
Yes, I wish to make them into witch claws,
I feel like these
so
guys.
as to frighten the other militiamen.
We have a lot of free time.
Nacho cheese, nacho land, Obama.
I feel like these guys just have Dan Carlin playing on an infinite loop in the background, like they'd never heard of music.
Dan Carlin is not one of these guys. I'm late to the party.
The one time you want cops to just start shooting people in the back, and they're not there.
Look, you just don't start calling yourselves a militia after nobody respects your Trader Joe's bag boy strike. All right, that's my thing. I like this. I like talking about this because it brings out my like conservative dad side.
Yeah.
Because I just want to be like, hey, how about these hippies occupy a shower, huh? I don't think any of them ever occupied a vagina. I'll tell you that right now.
Well, the thing is, like, liberals are suggesting that the only reason the government isn't responding violently to them is because they're white, and then they turn to a charred Waco corpse and told it to check its privilege.
It's black now.
Fuck.
Yeah, I mean, there's something kind of fun about it, no matter how you feel. I just like to imagine a Disney montage of forest animals helping them write their manifestos.
By the way, I totally just figured out what this bit is. This is when every comedian goes on a talk show or radio and it's like, oh, hey, Bill, I heard you were mowing the lawn. Oh, it's funny you should say that. It's kind of...
Look at the Mean Boys Unleashed.
Yeah.
I'm fucking Connor Allen.
I'm Pyron Allen. Because it's fat. It's a food.
Guys,
stop it.
Look, here's the thing. We're three notorious roast comedians, and our show...
Notorious.
No, we're not.
I know.
Stop it. You wanted that back the second it left your mouth, didn't
I know. Well, I was trying to...
We're just the bad boys out here on the edge.
We need a break from shitting on each other, and if we shit on something else, it'll probably give us some new ways to shit on each other.
I think that's true.
So that's the idea behind the emotional dunk tank.
Full circle.
Fucking, that's called professionalism, wrapping up a segment like that. All right, I think that was a good first part of the show.
Oh,
Let's
yeah,
throw it over to a word from our sponsors.
Hello, folks. It's me, Dr. Edgar Motaro from Motaro's Baby Coffins. And how are we today? Bereaved, I hope. We at Motaro's Baby Coffins offer much more than ivory boxes to hold your precious little ones after the spark of life fades from their eyes. We are also offering Motaro's lunchtime yoga classes. Yes, for only $10 a session, you can spend your lunch break participating in the ancient art of stretching and spiritual alignment. Drawing from Bikram and Pranayama styles, Dr. Motaro's lunchtime yoga is open to students of all skill levels. You might be wondering, a salesman of infant sarcophagi offering yoga classes? Peculiar to the point of drollery. Well, I have found that a rigorous regimen of yoga is just the solution for any no longer mother whose miscarriage remains undischarged from her body. You are, after all, a woman on the go. You can't be tethered down by a case of corpse-stipation. Dr. Motaro's undischarged miscarriage yoga is just the thing when you come down with a case of tomb womb. Yes, a few classes with Yogi Edgar, and you will soon feel the sensation of your child's lifeless, never-birthed remnants slithering through your sensitive unmentionables. Come on down to Motaro's Baby Coffins. A joke. Knock, knock. Who's there? Baby Death.
Shit, the Mean Boys are back. Wow, I gotta say, I mean, I know we're a new podcast. That Dr. Mortaro, I'm not sure how good that is for our brand.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the only sponsor who sticks around for more than one episode.
The Dollar Shave Club is going to find that hard to follow, I'd say.
I mean, the Dollar Grave Club. All right, guys, I think we're going to go into a round of Devil's Advocate.
Oh, you got it. All right, everyone. My Devil's Advocate for this week. This is one of those things that I kind of mention it when people just get drunk enough and people are just wise enough to entertain me, but I do kind of feel this is sort of true. I at least think it's true enough to ask. Would a dictatorship be that horrible?
This is a recurring Dan Carlin motif. He's like, it's another roll of the monarchy dice. Sometimes a leader is born into great power, and he happens to be very apt for the role.
By the way, speaking of Dan Carlin, my favorite thing about Dan is when he'll read like some kind of proclamation of doom from the Mongols or whoever, but he just reads it in his nerdy voice. He'll be like, "We will kick your mothers in the pussies, and then we will kick them once again in the assholes. I will smear the most vile kind of diarrhea in your eyes, you Cossack dog."
The bookshelves of Joe's apartment are just lined with volumes and volumes of old-timey racist slang.
It really is. I'm reading a book called Gay Berlin right now, which is just
Christ.
it's very me. That's just
because it's gay and German in your apartment alone.
Yep.
And secretly full of Hitler.
One cannot understand bottoming without understanding Wagner.
Yeah, I'm down with the dictator. That's my thing. Basically, what Dan Carlin said. Sometimes you luck out and you get someone who's great in power, and then even if you look back in history and quote unquote successful dictatorships, people that whether or not they're a good person got shit done. The people that succeed them are rarely can live up to it. You know what I mean?
No, you can knock Hitler for goals. You can't knock him for efficiency.
Yeah.
Like, he got shit done.
He's German, all right?
Sure did.
He was really the BMW of killing.
BMW was the BMW of killing Jews.
Yeah, fucking. I take public transportation. It's hard to get like 600 people a day on a train in Los Angeles.
Oh,
you
it
got
really
that
is.
many going.
Oh my God, Keith.
Which, speaking of which, there's the big elephant in the room. With theoretically, yes, I'm pro dictatorship. At some point, you get to like the ugly genocide thing, which someone's got to go.
Yeah, well, look, here's the thing. Everybody has a pet peeve, all right? Mine is when people call high-top sneakers Chucks.
Yeah.
Mine is everybody who does Family Guy voices.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? If I had unlimited power, maybe those people would go away.
Yeah.
If everyone who did Family Guy voices stabbed me in the back after the Great War, I'd probably be a little peeved about it myself.
Yeah, see, this is a great segment because it turned in for like, oh, this will be a fun jumping off point to an argument to, oh, we are all sociopaths.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, my point is like supposedly right now we vote on things and we have rule of law, and like Trump is almost president and Brendan Dassey's in jail. Like, what, you know what I mean? I feel like all a dictate, like right now our whole government is like, once we do something that they actually like, all of our freedoms are things they don't give a shit about and they don't really interfere with powerful people.
Yeah, they're trinkets.
Yeah, so it's like anytime anything actually does, they will stop it. So what if we just stopped kidding ourselves and be like, yeah, we basically have a dictatorship, and like if they don't want you to do something, your rights aren't going to stop them.
So what do we want in a solid dictator then?
Oh boy, hair. You know,
Yeah, distinctive hair.
yeah.
Well, you got to have something that you can put on a T-shirt.
Okay.
I mean, they have to have some hair. Like when they have bad hair, you get a Hitler. When you have no hair, you're like an African warlord that like
Hey, I'm
cannibalizes
sorry,
babies.
I'm not sure if I heard correctly. Did you just say that Hitler had bad hair?
Yeah,
Nah, dog.
yeah.
I was about, yeah, no,
Okay.
really tight comb over that I think any fucking bass player of a pop punk band would kill for
Yeah.
today. Distinctive mustache choice fits his face.
It takes something to just craft a look around your
He
name.
ruined
Guys,
he ruined a style forever.
Yeah.
Guys, the
it's
Conor
him and the
Ober-
flock of seagulls, guys.
All
They're
right.
the only people who have done that.
Yeah,
Hey,
him
mate,
and-
they killed Tamir Rice. They didn't stop wearing cop uniforms.
Who,
all right?
who,
shit.
who ruined that haircut more, Hitler or Conor Oberst?
Fair enough. I
No.
mean, if you ask me.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right,
okay,
guys.
So yeah, we figured out the look. We want him to have,
Mm-hmm.
I think the nice, like the short comb over, kind of a Putin-y thing is good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
Do we want like a code talking dictator, or do we want just like a straight shooter?
What's a code talking?
Do we want somebody who's
like a jive talking dictator? I can get down with that.
Listen here, Jack.
He should be
No, I'm
wearing
saying,
a
do we-
zoot suit and
do we
snapping.
Want, do we want one of these like, well, they have to go to the camps for the betterment of the country, or do we want one just like no fucking brown ones? Like, do we want them just straight
I
up?
don't want that.
I don't look. If you
I'm just saying in general.
if you change no brown ones to free healthcare and Filipinos calm down, I'm kidding.
The Filipinos calm down.
Just with the parties, all right. Just no camps, just with the parties.
That's Connor's one man protest. It's just him holding that sign, and no one knows what it's in reference to.
Hey, for the record, I love Filipinos.
This is an honest thing I've noticed about Filipino people. I've never met a straight Filipino in my life, which begs the question: how are there Filipinos?
I met one, and he was the creepiest person I've ever met.
Yeah.
We went to his house. He was 48 years old. He lived with his family, and everything in his house was covered in plastic. It looked like he murdered everything.
I know one, but he has really bad arthritis, so I'm gonna go say that is, that's what you get if you want to be a hetero Filipino.
he's more of a Filipino. He can't stay because his bones are bad.
Oh, that's
Don't correct the joke, you alt cunt.
I'm not correcting it. I'm telling the joke good and explaining why it's good, and you're dumb for not liking
Hey,
it.
stop correcting
Hush.
the joke. Let's get to correcting his posture. He's very sick. Just fucking around. Yeah, no, we're all down with the dictator. We want the hair. What do we? Okay, so I want to just be blunt. I don't want any of this like Frank Underwood, like look at the camera and Malcolm in the Middle. What I'm really about. Fucking tell me.
I'm with you. Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite thing about Frank Underwood, by the way, is how his Secret Service guy gets all bottom jealous whenever he's talking to anybody else. Meacham.
Oh, I haven't seen the show.
Yeah, well.
I was gonna. add,
you definitely brought it up like you did, and now I look foolish.
I don't want him to wear a suit. I want him to wear some kind of like cool military uniform variant.
I want him in like the sweatsuit like Biff wears in Back to the Future 2. Just like a real sleazy, like velour tracksuit, like you don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
No, I want him to be a strapping man. You know, is that weird? That
No,
I
I get it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, what are those things where they got the tassels on the shoulders, like the golden
Like
tassel?
like the puffy things.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Like you're riding in cavalry or
yeah,
something,
like
or
the fucking old school Korean dictator shits.
or like the guy who molested you at like a Chuck E. Cheese or whatever. You know, like,
Yeah, King Midas. I remember that. It didn't turn my wiener to gold, but it did turn my eyes to full of tears. Yeah, I'd like to wear like a military uniform. I would like him to have like kind of a high speaking voice, but you wouldn't call him out about it because you know he could fuck you up. You know, does that make sense?
yeah.
Jews.
Hey guys.
Hey, United Nations,
taking all the money.
I refuse to acknowledge your sanctions.
Germany was outside of our borders and we won. How do we lose? It's not
I
fair.
have submarines stationed outside every major port, and they're loaded with nuclear warheads. Tee.
Speaking of costumes, I have to share something very intimate about myself right now. There's a big part of me that believes I could pull off wearing a cape. I would
Like just day to day.
just day to day. Yeah.
My issue is not with you having that feeling. It's with you just not having the self-love to start doing what you were born to do.
You know what? I think that's very true. Someone's got to bring it back.
What do
it
you
starts
wear
with
with
one
the
human
cape,
being. Oh well, see there's the question, isn't it? You know,
I'm just thinking naked combat
no,
boots.
it can't just be cape and laundry day hoodie. That's not going to fly. You got to.
Like a nice white suit is what I'm saying.
Oh, I think so. Yeah.
Well, this is an auditory format, so I just want to say that Joe he dresses like a teenage supervillain, and if you just superimpose a cape on top of whatever H&M overinflated quality nonsense he's got on, I think it would definitely look pretty appropriate.
Could you have said that more fucking lifelessly?
I like listening to you getting bored of your own riffs.
I know how they end, so I'm like tune out.
Oh god, that
You're
was like
spoiling your own jokes
that was
for
like
yourself.
watching a dog. That riff was like watching a dog get hit by a car on the freeway. Part of you wants him to limp to safety, and then part of you just wants it to be out of its misery.
Dude, I like how all segments are just half-heartedly try to stick to it, and then, fuck one of you.
Yeah, well,
It wasn't me.
it's a good break in case of lack of talent.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Well done. Yeah, so dictators are cool. I
yeah,
guess.
we're for him.
Yeah.
Voting. It's
Yeah.
for faggots. That's what I say.
Well, I'm going to bleep that out. I don't condone that kind of hate
Well, you're going to
speech.
bleep out voting?
Okay. All right. Just
Keith, your energy right now is like a little brother whose big brothers like took him to an R-rated movie, and you're about to freak out because you saw some tits or violence or something.
shut up and eat your milk duds. All right. We'll be back
I'm
after
kidding
a
with
word
you.
from our sponsors, everybody.
Lowly worms, bow your heads and fill your loincloths with urine at the voice of Karnak, the blood god, devourer of the innocent, the wolf of all nations. I sit atop a throne of infant skulls. The corners of my empire cower at my name, and only one land dares to defy my rule, the land you call America. Yes, I have visited the blind prophets in the sulfur caves. I have breathed deep of the cauldron of knowledge, and in its haze I have seen your world. Your amber waves of grain, your metropolises, your Johnny Rockets. You are a joke. You are scum. You are a fly on a smear of shit compared to the dark glory of Karnak, and you dare call yourselves America the Great. Karnak will show you greatness. That is why I, Karnak the Blood God, am announcing that I am running for president in 2016 as a member of the Republican Party. Elect me your God King, and you will be cleansed of your putrid freedoms, baptized in the hellfire of my hatred. But Karnak, you may be asking, where do you stand on the issues? To that I say, you dare question Karnak! I will make a soup from your eyeballs! Your economy is in shambles. Karnak will restore balance with trickle-down economics. It is simple. You deliver your gold and spices unto me, or I remove your throat with my hands, and your coward's blood will trickle down and poison the soil. You fear the ape king Obama will take your guns. Karnak cares not. Keep your puny firearms. They pose no threat to Karnak's armor. Karnak will eat your ammunition, and he will shit a war. Karnak will ban gay marriage. Karnak will ban straight marriage. All citizens with usable holes are now brides of Karnak. Your other candidates are puny. The one you call Trump, he claims to be the chosen one. Bring this orange man unto Karnak. With a single swipe of my axe, I will remove his limbs. Bleeding and weeping, the Trump stump will beg for death, but he will not receive it. He will be sent to Flesh Rot Island and forced to gratify the lepers who live there. Do you hear me, Trump? You will be raped to death by the living dead. Your belly will fill to burst with the coagulated seed of the damned. So saith Karnak. Anyway, when you step into the voting booth, you have a lot of choices to make. But remember, they are irrelevant. Karnak is eternal, and he will be your next overlord. 1,000 years of darkness and 4 years of conservative values. Paid for by the plundered treasures of a fallen kingdom and Ann Coulter. I'm voting. My vote is Karnak.
I'm down with Karnak, man.
Yeah.
It's a change we can believe in.
I don't believe in Bernie. Go Karnak. Just, okay.
Karnak.
Just Karnak,
Yeah.
Karnak, last one to die. Turn out the light.
Well, my thing with Bernie is after those fucking Black Lives Matter girls, like, he totally shut down. I was like, look, I love the guy, but I'm like, you can't. What did Kurt Metzger say? You got punked by 2 slam poets.
By the way, I totally thought you were going to go a different way with that. It's just my thing with Bernie, those fucking Black Lives Matter people.
No.
I just love when anything begins with those fucking Black Lives
Should
Matter
have said what
people.
we were all thinking. No, they don't.
Well, I say fucking instead of and it gets me in trouble when I'm discussing race because I'm like,
It sure does.
those fucking Puerto Ricans, those fucking Puerto Ricans or whatever it is.
Jesus Christ.
All right. Well, you know what, guys? It's time to play Mean Boys' favorite game. Which of the following? Today, I've prepared a wonderful Which of the Following. This is about real and not real drag queens.
Love it.
Which I was for a number of years.
Is there like a drag queen certification database?
Well, not exactly. But
Is it like you're a drag princess and then somehow you get promoted?
No.
when the last
But there
one
are
dies?
like, I mean, there are houses like they're like mafia,
like Game of Thrones.
Yes, exactly. It's cattier, yeah. But yeah, you get like made into
House too much glitter 'em.
Yeah. Anyway, here we go. So here we go for Which of the Following. Which of the following is not a real drag queen? A.
I just have a quick question.
Yes.
Does Peter Dinklage pay one of their tampons? All right, whatever. Not good, con man.
Just so you know, he stopped the momentum to say that, everyone. That's how much he believed in that Peter Dinklage line.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Anyway, which of the following is not a real drag queen? A. Helena Hootenanny. B. Sharon Needles. C. Bianca Del Rio. D. Cher Noble.
Fuck. I don't like being on the other side of this game.
Yeah, it's kind of stressful. I am going to say Cher Noble because I think that might be too good.
I could just see Joe giggling to himself when he came up with that.
Yeah, that's my guess. Is Cher Noble.
I'm saying Chernobyl.
Not a real drag queen is A. Helena Hootenanny. Which, I honestly thought this was a gimme because doesn't that's so me. That's me right there. That's faggotiness and old timey slang. I thought would have you would have sniffed that one through bush. Cher Noble is real, which when I heard that was real,
that's fantastic.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
I just shat. All right. Which of the following is not a real drag queen? A. Penetration. B. Trixie Mattel. C. Roberta Galore. D. Mimi, I'm first.
What I like to imagine as you're reading these is just like Joe, Roger the Alien style in different disguises, walking out from
Trick
behind
question.
the
They're
curtain.
all Joe.
Fuck.
I'm gonna say Roberta Galore.
I gotta say penetration.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna say Roberta Galore. Just
the not a real drag queen is C. Roberta Galore. Penetration was the first contestant eliminated on, I believe, season 6 of RuPaul's Drag Race, the best season of RuPaul's Drag Race by leaps and bounds. Why the fuck did I choose this game? None of you know what I'm talking about.
Not even a little bit.
None of our audience is even vaguely interested.
No, fuck that. We're broadening our horizons.
That's right.
Well, there's no broads in this game.
Anyway, which of the following is not a real drag queen? A. Fifi O'Hara. B. Rita the Bronze Bitch Hortez. C. Victoria Porkchop Parker. Or D. Madame LeQueer.
Well, Madame LeQueer is generally what I call you when you're not around. Yeah.
That just sounds like a brand of tucking tape.
Bronze Bitch Pork Chop, and Madam McQueer could be our names. I'm gonna say
Pork Chop.
I'm gonna go Fi O'Hara.
The not a real drag queen is B. Rita, the Bronze Bitch Hortez. Neither of you got that. Madam Queer is a real drag queen, and she fucking stinks.
How do you stink at it?
Oh, God.
Shots fired.
Very easily.
Is it
very,
like...
See, this is what you think like drag would be like, wow, you're an oppressed minority, and you all kind of want to do this. Absolutely not. If you stink, they hate you, and they will read you for fucking filth and shame you for ever walking.
Please share with the listening audience how you described what Joe looks like in drag.
Please.
Which one?
The resign.
I remember what you... Okay. I remember it if Keith doesn't. Keith described me looking in drag as like, I can see you standing behind your husband while he resigns in disgrace.
Yeah.
He
looks like the wife of like a Minnesota congressman who got caught fucking in the office.
Yeah.
It's like, our family's going to stay strong.
My husband and I ask the Lord for help every day.
Just rattling a bottle
and that's
of pills
why we
in her
resign
pocket.
this. Exactly. Purse is full of Xanax. All right. Which of the following is not a real drag queen? A. Laganja Estranja. B. Detoxicant. C. Roxy Andrews. D. Lily Vanilli.
First of all, when you said Laganja Estranja, Ramsey turned into a toad. I think that's a magic spell.
Yeah.
I think Detoxicant is the fake one because it seems a little on the nose.
I will also say Detoxicant.
The not a real drag queen is Lily Vanilli. Detoxicant is very real, and she got mangled in a motorcycle accident and is now the most fucked up plastic surgery case you've ever seen. She looks like she looks like she's
That's metal as fuck.
She looks like she's wearing a permanent chicken mask. It's really
Oh God.
Oh yeah, I mean she really does like if Connor were a genderqueer burn victim. That's how I would describe it.
Oh, there it is.
All right, everyone. Here we go.
Detoxicant is the sworn enemy of Karnak.
Here we go, everyone.
Sorry. Detoxicant in their pantsuits.
Thanks for the zinger to cover up my coughing, Connor. That's professionalism. Anyway, here we go. This is an all real or all fake. A. Shangela Laquifa Wadley. B. Monica Beverly Hills. C. LaShawn Beyond. Or D. Kimchi.
I really like kimchi.
All fake.
Yeah. Hang on, though. These are so over the top. I don't think if he was trying to trick us, he would use ones that were this retarded. So I think it actually is real.
The answer is all real, and for the exact reason.
Good.
I know.
By the way, this is why drag is so much fun. It's because for this exact reason, like you guys going through this, well, that is too on the nose and fucking cunty, and there's no way that could be. But yes,
no, it's all
yes,
the way
it
real.
Absolutely is.
Dude, I didn't get a single one correct.
You really didn't.
Even the one where I had a 50-50 chance.
Oh, you really didn't, you cunt fucking savage. Anyway.
Well, I'll have plenty of time to think about my loss in heaven.
Breeders gotta breed, finger guns. Anyway.
Pew, 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 pew.
I was a drag queen for a long time.
Yeah, you already mentioned that.
Yeah. Well,
do you want to expound upon it or just
yeah,
say it
I
again?
do.
Do you want to just leave it on the table uninteresting?
For the love of God, do you think maybe I had a follow-up fucking statement or two with that?
No, you certainly left enough dead air for, a truck to drive through.
Is it so much to ask for a fucking, oh really, Joe? Tell us more.
It sure is.
Wow.
You fucking...
You were a drag queen?
Yeah.
Go on,
Go
my
on.
friend.
Fuck the two of you. No, actually, just Connor. Keith's okay. He's a good whipping boy, but, Yeah.
A good, cool
my
whipping boy.
My drag name...
And we're back.
Cut it before it started.
My drag name was Cherry Poppins, and I remember one time, probably the dumbest thing I've ever done in my life was get really, really blackout drunk. I was doing a drag show in Butte, Montana, which is one of the most savage, awful fucking. It's all just like one of those. It's like a mining town that should have a folk song written about it. Everyone there is just poisoned by fracking fumes.
About a drag queen dying on the tracks.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, I got so drunk at the show, and it was a daytime fucking drag show, and at the time, I barely weighed less than Keith. Well, then I'd never... I weighed, at the time, if Keith lost a significant amount of weight, we'd have to pretend he looks good, but he'd still be really fat. That was the weight I was at. I was 210. We'd be like, oh, way to go, Keith, you look really good, but secretly he's still kind of hideous. That's how. But he'd be relatively not hideous. And I'm wearing this blue fucking Hot Topic tube dress, and I remember making out blackout drunk on the dirt parking lot of a Butte, Montana bowling alley at 4 p.m. in the summer. Just I'm not behind a bush. I'm not behind a dumpster. I am literally
the natural refuge of the Montana gay.
I am literally in a
cluster.
I am literally in a parking space.
Jesus
in the
Christ.
dirt.
And some guys like, I came here to get a couple rounds in before work, but I think I'm going to kill these faggots.
Oh, dude!
And I think in Butte, Montana, a drag shows and they tie a bunch of you guys by the back of a pickup truck, bring the kids out to watch.
It almost became that because he's like making out with me and he's like pulling my dress off and I have fucking boy underwear on underneath and like there's cars going by. It was the single, probably least respectable looking I've ever been in my entire life.
I've seen some of these photos on your Facebook, and this sounds like a Miss Piggy porn.
Oh, it really is. Yeah. It's not cute.
Gross.
Connor could be a great drag queen, though.
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yes. Look, we've discussed it. I think
I've seen Connor in makeup.
When
you were dating my roommate, and there was the Halloween when she tried to make you go in drag.
I didn't do it. That shocks me.
Oh yeah, she put makeup on you and then you freaked out and threw a tantrum. You do not remember this Halloween?
No, not
It was
at
the one
all.
where you got choked out at the zombie walk. It was a real bad one.
Oh no, she put. Well, we looked like zombies though. We did zombie makeup.
There was other stuff that you were in. I'm not going to get into this on the podcast. I thought you would remember.
Yeah, for our 50th episode spectacular, halfway to the 100th episode spectacular spit roasting of Connor, we will have the appetizer. I'll do it in drag.
Oh,
if we make it to 50 episods and we start doing live shows, I'll do it in drag.
It's not even just your face. You have the girliest hips.
I really
you have
do.
fucking. You really have like a feminine Mick Jagger hips.
Yeah,
you have like if Mick Jagger were a Stepford wife hips.
I'm built like a tennis player, like an albino Serena Williams.
Yeah,
you're like if they drained the interesting out of David Bowie, like that.
I mean, I think I don't know how the embalming process
that deserved
works,
more.
It sure did.
Like credit where credit is due.
It was good, but it's like it's hard to muster up the goodwill to laugh at a good one about yourself. Sometimes.
Oh, totally. Yeah, it's the best. You're like, yeah,
good stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
Yeah, that is a mirror to all my flaws. Good one, boys.
Good one. I'm very sad.
Well, guys, I think this was another great episode of the Mean Boys podcast.
Think so too.
We thank you for listening. We do ask you if you have any advice that you would require, please send us an email at meanboyspodcast@gmail.com. Please, if you have a second, rate and subscribe on iTunes. It only takes a minute. It helps us out tremendously. We really appreciate it. Tell your friends if you think they might enjoy us. I think that's about it. Follow the show on Twitter at Mean Boys Podcast. Anything you boys have to add before we sign off?
Yes, I would absolutely like to start plugging on January 30th at the Ride LA Comedy Festival. Connor and I will be roast battling each other for the prestigious roast battle show, and Keith Carey will be serving as the house hater that night. So it's going to be a real, it's going to be a real Mean Boy fucking.
Yeah, they're saying it's roast battle. This is actually Mean Boys live at Riot Fest. It's our first live show.
Yeah,
don't tell anybody.
In a way,
it's honestly, to me, with the three of us, it sounds like it's going to be a real Mexican joke off.
It's going to be a real Mean Boys battle royale. I'm very excited about it.
Yeah, me too.
God, it took me so long to get to that fucking reference in my head. It's going to be a real Mean Boys something good.
Real Mean Boys do a punch.
It's going to be a real humorous comparison, let me tell you.
Bloop-de-bloop.
Anyway, so that's what I got.
Keith, can you give Pat Oswalt from 8 years ago his voice back?
All right, good one. Do we want to plug any other shows?
Nobody.
You don't have any because no one wants you.
Fuck you. I got shows.
I got shows. I'm smart. Not like everybody says.
I don't have that many shows coming up.
Guys, keep in touch with all my shows on my website, ConnorMcSpadden.com.
Keep up with all my shows on my website, ConnorMcSpaddenIsAfaggot.com.
Can't believe you got that domain from me. I let it slip for just like an hour on New Year's.
Yeah. You got the .org, though.
Yeah.
GoCunty.com is our new sponsor. All right, that's enough limping through the post show. Good night, everybody. Thanks for listening.